Come on, push. Is it good to be alive? Come on, if you're excited to be alive, put your hands together and celebrate life. Those of you that are watching us, the number's right there on your screen, 773-256-2700. We want you to call us wherever you are across this great country and just check in with us and let us know that you're with us. Because guess what, you all? We are headed back to the border to do some great work to help our young people. Come on, I need some love today. A few weeks ago, myself and Jonathan Jackson, we went down to El Paso, but we crossed the bridge and went to the other side. We went to Juarez, Texas, which is cartel country. That's the city where people are kidnapped. That's the city where a lot of drugs are coming into this country. That's the city where a lot of people go but don't make it back. And we went to that city to find those that needed our support. And in that same city is a city where those who want a better life, nobody wants to wake up surrounded by drugs. Nobody wants to wake up surrounded by violence. Nobody wants to wake up surrounded by poverty. Nobody wants to wake up not loved. Nobody wants to wake up not respected. We went to that city to find out how is it that a country so big is turning away so many innocent children, so many innocent women, and so many innocent men. We are a church organization. My Bible reminded me in the book of Genesis that God created mountains, not borders. God created rivers, not borders. And we went to this place to find out exactly what it is that this community needed. And we went to a shelter that only houses 1,000 people, but there were over 1,200 people in this shelter. Overoccupied because the president of this country decided to strong-arm Mexico and develop a policy called Remain in Mexico. So in times past, when people could get over the same bridge that we crossed to find asylum, they could no longer find it. And so in this one shelter that we were in all day long, the Bible says when we were hungry, they were feeding those who were hungry, those that were thirsty. But to see children sleeping on a floor, to see children not having toothpaste and not having toothbrushes, to hear an executive director of this shelter simply say one thing only: we need clothes just to give to these children. When we left, we came back home with the desire to go back. We can argue politics all day long. We can argue just like they did this Tuesday rather. We can argue if this is a Republican thing or a Democratic thing, but this is the right thing to do. Because no child should be left in squander. No child should be left in situations as this. Parents should not be raising their children in this. And for those of you that are watching, I hear what you're saying. Well, what about Chicago? Well, what you may not understand is not only are we going to the border, but we're bringing book bags here on the south side of Chicago. And so all of you who are with us and watching us now, you have resources. This is not a conversation. We are taking a truck down to Juarez and we're going to fill it up and we're going to make sure that these children and these parents have something to eat. So listen, those of you that are watching, those of you that are with us, everybody say Friday. Say it like you mean it. Say Friday. This Friday here at 930 East 50th Street, this is our headquarters. We're going to gather at 10 o'clock sharp. We're going to gather to figure out how to move all of these resources. And so if you have resources, you have a cousin, you know, a friend, you know, a corporate executive that can fill this truck up, meet us. Everybody say Friday. 930 East 50th Street at 10 o'clock. And I leave you on this. If we don't save these young people today, there won't be a tomorrow. If we don't help these families today, there won't be a tomorrow. If we don't do what we can to help those in need, there won't be a tomorrow. So I need you today to partner with us so that we can go to this border and make it a better tomorrow. If you believe that, come on, put your hands together. Come on, put your hands together, because these children are somebody.